let us try to understand this Brihadaneka Upanishad mantra in our meditation, which is our main topic for meditation. See, these verses which I always quote, you can use it for your own contemplation, and you can also think about these verses whenever you have the time, you want to devote some time for contemplation. That way, what will happen is your knowledge about Atma will become deeper. This Brihadaneka Upanishad mantra says, this is the mantra which talks more about this Vritti Jnanam and Swarupa Jnanam. That's why I brought this in. So what does this mantra say? This mantra says that in that state of pure self, I do not know anything. I do not know anything. Not because the function of knowing is lost. You see, normally we think our mind is the knower. And because the mind is not there, we feel that nothing can be known. What here is the Upanishad says is that in that state, it is an immortal state. There is no other second thing in that state which is separate from it. All whatever exists has gone into that pure nature. That means the world which we are experiencing, which we are saying as the real truth, Vyavaharika Satyam, has got two nature, Vyakta, Avyakta, manifest, unmanifest. And what lies beyond these two is the self. What is Vritti Jnanam? Vritti Jnanam, what I described, I put it in the chart form here so that it is easy for you to remember and also go very deep in this. You see, this particular chart is a realization chart. If you understand this clearly, you will be able to understand your real nature. Vritti Jnanam is always Vachyartha. It is a popular meaning of the word I. It is always with Maya, with the power of Maya. So there is a pure self. In that pure self has got a Shakti. That Shakti is called as Maya. And what we see in our waking state is that Shakti operational. And that Shakti is the Vikshepa Shakti, like projecting power. How it can be projecting power? Like how what? Suppose I sit down in the beach and I keep on projecting the past or the future. This is the power I have. I can think of all the things that happened to me in the past. How do I think? That is what is called as the Vikshepa Shakti. Simple example is the dream. It is the Vikshepa Shakti of the mind. Similarly, this creator, this pure consciousness has got that Shakti to project this waking universe. And the knowledge of what I gather as an individual, the knowledge which I gather, it is the knowledge which is called as the Vritti Jnanam. It is dependent on the mind. Without the mind, the Vritti Jnanam cannot be there. So on the right hand side, Vritti Jnanam is being explained. It is Vachyartha. It is impermanent. The whole world is impermanent because it is an appearance which comes and goes. It belongs to the Triputi. Triputi means what? Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam. And this Triputi is variable. It keeps on changing. The objects are changing. In the dream, the objects are changing. In the waking, the objects are changing. And it has got Dravya, Kriya, Guna, Jati, Sambandha. That means these are the 5 conditions which are required for any word to describe something. What are the 5 conditions? It should be dravya. Dravya means substance. Any substance with a property you can describe. Kriya, if there is a function, then you can describe. Guna means if there is an attribute, you can describe. Jati means it is a human being, it's a bird, it's a horse, it's a particular jati, it's got the humanness, then you can describe. And then it's got a relationship with something in the world. Then also you can describe. So what this Rishi says, if these 5 conditions are not met, you cannot describe that object. Then that thing, whatever it is, that entity cannot be described. And what is the self? Apply these 5 things, it will not be there. The self is not a drivyam, not a kriya, not a guna, not a jati, and it doesn't have any relationships. Therefore, the self cannot be described by words. These 2 charts are extremely, they are very intense intense topics. You need to understand it a little bit more detail, but anyway, nevertheless, you try to see what way you can understand today. Then slowly again, we will take this up after some more time, then you will understand this better. Then the vritti jnanam is always in dvaita, and hence it is called as mithya. All the vritti jnanam is vyavaharika jiva. Vyavaharika means transactional level. And whenever you abide in this vritti jnanam, it leads to samsara. Samsara means what? Pain. And it is known through sense organs and the mind. Exactly opposite to that is Sakshi Jnana. This is very interesting. Sakshi Jnana, we don't know, but now if you take these 8-9 points, you will come to know what is Sakshi. First of all, you should know it is not Vachyartha. That means it is not a popular meaning. It is a special meaning revealed by the Upanishad. So Sakshi is, I come to know about Sakshi only because of Upanishads. It is permanent. It is eternal. It is changeless. Every day I'm experiencing this Sakshi. Has it ever changed? No. Every day in my sleep state, I'm experiencing the self. Has that experience changed for you? Never. That is what the Upanishad is saying. That is your real state. It belongs to Sakshi. It belongs to Atma. That is the pure I. And is there a body? Is there a mind? Is there a sense organs there in that state? No. It is an invariable state. It is the illuminator of the 3 states. It is an illuminator. Without that light of consciousness, you cannot experience. That means the mind, whether it is your mind, my mind, anybody's mind, any human being, if his mind is working, it is because of this light of consciousness. This consciousness is also called as Turiyam, Bhoma, Uttama Purusha in the 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. It is called as Satyam. It is called as Brahman. All these names are only indicating only one entity, which is Sakshi. And it is easily claimed when we go through the Mahavakyas. Aham Brahmasmi, Prajnanam Brahma, I am Atma Brahma, Tattvamasi. All these words are indicating this truth. And abidance in this Sakshi Jnanam gives me moksha, which is the ultimate in my spiritual study. I am ever free. The day you say that and your intellect is convinced of that fact, you are having this knowledge of Atma. After that, you will never get confused in life. You will just go on. The life will go on. The vritti jnanam will still go on, but you will not be confused. Okay, this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad mantra and the Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that Taittiriya Upanishad mantra, chapter 2, verse number 1, section 1 of Taittiriya Upanishad. Yeah, these two are talking about Vritti Jnanam, Sakshi Jnanam. The more I meditate on this, I will be able to abide in myself. Let us try to use this knowledge, what we have learned today, and see for ourselves and experience ourselves. Please close your eyes, sit straight, spine erect. I am of the nature of pure existence. We experience existence plus the world in the waking state. There is another world in the dream state, existence plus the dream world. In the sleep state, there is existence plus ignorance, causal body. When I remove the objects from the world, what remains is the pure existence. Remove the name and form from a mountain, what remains is pure existence. Remove the name from a country, what remains is pure existence. The cosmos is. Cosmos is name and form. Isness is the pure existence. So when I look at the world mentally, I remove the names and forms and retain the existence. That is a jnani's vision. I am a jnani, a person who has gone through the scriptures. As a human being, we are all endowed with the intellect. The intellect, called as Vijnanamaya Kosha, is a very fine substance constituted of the 5 subtle elements. Because of its nature, sattvic nature, it can reflect the pure consciousness. So in this body, there is a reflection of the pure self. I, as the pure self, exist without the body and the world. This is revealed to me by the Upanishad. I can only draw my mind to this fact to know the truth. When I abide as the Sakshi, the pure I have no objects, no world. I exist as the pure self. This pure self is pure existence. The revealer of the entire universe. I learn to take my mind away from the world, deep inside my intellect, to this Atma, the light of consciousness. It is this light which illumines all our minds, the thoughts and emotions. I can remain absorbed in this light, abide in this light. This is my real nature. I have learned to drop all the 5 koshas. There is no form for Sakshi. I am formless. Hence, permanent, changeless. Death cannot affect the Atma. Death happens to the body. I remain forever in this pure self. Waking, dream, and sleep, I do not lose my consciousness. It is an ever-existing principle. Satyam Jnanamanantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman. This I never goes away. It's always there. I am, I am. I am conscious is our permanent nature. To remember this nature of mine, I can use the word Om, the sound Om. What follows the sound is the silence. That silence is also revealed to me by consciousness, by the Sakshi. I will chant Om. Just listen to the sound. Om. 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachade Purnasya Purnamathaya Purnameva Vasishyade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. The ultimate prayer for all seekers is Let me have peace of mind, represented by three Shantis. When I abide in Atma, I abide in peace. There are no agitations in the mind. Please rub your palms. Place them in your eyes and gently open your eyes.